Chef John from More Than a Recipe. Tonight we're going to be making chicken piccata. And I've got Mindy, my sidekick, with me that's going to be helping me prepare this dish. And Mindy, have you ever had chicken piccata?
No. Actually, I don't even know what a piccata is.
Well, it's not a thing. It's not a noun.
Well, I've seen it on menus. Obviously, it's on all Italian menus, but I don't know what it is. So
Well,
I've never ordered it. So
this is perfect.
We're making it for the first time. I don't even know what we're doing.
Well, you're going to love this.
Yes.
You're going to love this because hopefully you like lemon and parsley and butter, because that's pretty much where the sauce comes from. You know, it's literally what we're going to do is slice a piece of chicken, a boneless, skinless chicken. We're going to slice it lengthwise, make it really nice and thin. If it's not thin enough, it's not evenly thin enough, we're going to pound it out.
Okay.
And then we're going to dredge it in some flour, and we're going to quickly sear it, 2 or 3 minutes on each side. We're going to sear it, and then we're going to create a sauce from the pan. And what we've got here, we got all of our ingredients. Taylor, if you want to come over, you can see everything we've got here. We've done our mise en place, which means everything in its place. So if you look here, we've got our butter and our olive oil that we're going to sear the chicken in. We've got beef stock, chicken stock. We've got lemon juice and capers. We've got everything we need for the dredge. The dredging is where we combine a few ingredients here, flour and some Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. We mix it together and we dredge the chicken, and then we lay it out and we fry it, or sear it. So it's pretty much that simple. All of our ingredients here, we're ready to go. But before we get started, it's time for a drink. It's always time for a drink. So Mindy's going to talk to us about a great pairing here. I felt like this Santa Margherita might be a really good pairing. It's a Pinot Grigio, and Mindy, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, actually, fun fact about Pinot Grigio, which I learned, was most white wines are from the green grape. Mm-hmm. Pinot Grigios and Pinot Gris actually come from a grape that has their skin is like a grayish, bluish hue. Oh, wow. So it sets them apart from other white wines. But this one in particular is very versatile. It goes with most all seafood, white meat. Well, I guess that would be chicken, white pork, and stuff like that, right. And really any pasta or rice dish. So it's a very versatile. It's probably a little bit dry on the palate at first, but it gets this little bit of a sweetness from the golden, delicious apple.
That may be what gives it that straw color.
Or that golden straw color. Yeah, but it's great. It's versatile. It's great to like kick off any food occasion. Like if you're having some people over and you want a little wine to open up before. This is a great one to start with. It's super easy to transition.
Can we try it?
Let's do it. Yes.
Excellent.
So I'm going to pour. I'm not the most graceful pourer either. So.
As long as
I can drink, but I can't pour.
Beautiful.
All right. I'm going to hand that over to you.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Grab mine. I'm a lefty, so this is probably better that I pour with my left.
You know we're both lefties.
We are. I know, because we're special. We're twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
6, 7,
Close
4, 9.
Yeah. Clean.
Let's try it.
Let's do it. Wow. Oh, these are beautiful notes.
Very dry.
Dry, but it has it tastes like the pear and the apple, but a little bit of floral and citrus.
Yes, the apple's coming through,
Yeah,
and to me, it's like I said, so much different than a Chardonnay, than a buttery Chardonnay. This is simple, bright, fresh. I think it'll go really, really good with our dinner tonight. So
I think we'll have a couple bars.
Should we go ahead and get started?
Let's do it.
Hey, let's eat.
Let's eat.
Let's cook.
We're cooking.
So here we go. We're going to get started. I was going to have you cut this, but I want to show you this. This is a chicken breast, boneless, skinless, cleaned up. It's been hand cut. You can tell it's pretty clean.
That's a really
you don't see any silver skin or any white stuff on the sides here. Nice and clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down. Okay. And guess what? I've already got one hand that's got a little. It's got some chicken on it. So what I'd like for you to do, I know you can do this. Is grab this. Give me about the same length.
Is everybody ready for something funny? It's watching Mindy do saran wrap.
That's all right. Go a little bit longer than you think. Perfect, right there.
Okay.
And then cut that. That's all right. Perfect. Watch this. What I'm doing is I'm coming down. Look how sharp this knife is. This is going to help us. What this is going to do, look at this.
That's amazing.
See? This is going to help us with the cooking process going much faster, and you're going to.
Because it thins it out, so it'll
Yeah. So look at this. Okay. Yeah. So we We got 2 pieces here.
Okay.
And you know what? If it's thin enough, if you feel like that's thin enough, that's fine. But what I like to do is I like to put this other piece of film right over the top, this saran wrap, plastic wrap right over the top. And then we're going to use a hammer here.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna flatten it out a little bit.
And if you don't have one of those, can you just use a regular
Rolling
hammer?
pin,
Rolling
skillet,
pin?
there's so many different options.
Okay.
Literally, a rolling pin is
I can do
awesome
that.
if you don't have one of these, but don't use this side, use
So
the
it's a
flat
tenderizer,
side.
right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a tenderizer, and you're gonna rip the plastic with this. What you wanna do, you notice it's thin down here?
Yes, you don't want to
And
pound
it's thicker here? What you wanna do is just kind of start in the middle and pull each side. But look how thin it's getting. We'd like to get this down to about 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
And you can see we're there.
that. That's crazy.
And there we go.
Voila.
And then what we do, and if you look here, you'll see I've already done all these earlier today.
Yeah.
Look how nice and thin.
Wow.
These will cook fast, they're tasty. Let's pull this out.
Okay. What is this 1 cup of flour?
That's just regular flour.
Regular flour?
Yeah, regular all-purpose flour.
Okay.
Dump that in, dump your salt and pepper. That's about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. My secret ingredient is that Parmesan cheese.
How much do you put in here?
That Parmesan cheese is probably about, I put all that. That Parmesan cheese is probably about 6 or 8 tablespoons.
Okay. It smells so
And then,
good.
yes, and you know what that Parmesan cheese is going to do? It's going to really help crisp up the chicken. This is the dredge. We call this dredging. Dredging is where you take a piece of protein like this,
Yes.
stick it
And
in
I'm
there,
just gonna stick it in.
lay it down, and try to get it evenly coated on both sides. Look at that. Knock it over.
Oh, wow.
Try to,
Try it
put
one
some
more
over
time.
it.
'Cause
Do
you
it
wanna
again.
make
I
sure
want
it's
yes, I
coated
want
on
oh
everything.
yeah. I love how you're tapping that. Yeah, I love how you do that. Do it on the other side again.
Okay.
Pull it over. I love those tongs. They're bigger
Oh,
than
those
you are.
tongs are another one.
And then what I want you to do is pull it out and give it a little shake. I want you to shake all the excess off.
Get a good grip on it.
Yeah, shake it, and put it on the tray. That is absolutely perfect. That's perfect. Now grab another one. And you
My
see,
first ever dredge.
yes, you did a dredge. This is dredging. So what I'm going to do, notice this pan is already hot.
Right.
We've already got the pan hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
That was on our list of
Yeah.
goods that we, and look, and here comes our olive oil. And look at here,
Oh wow. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that
and
smells
look
good.
at that, that's wonderful. So we've got olive oil and butter. You don't have to use olive oil, you can use grapeseed oil, avocado oil, but olive oil, and again, the reason why we're doing this is because we're adding the olive oil to the butter. We want the flavor of the butter, but the butter could burn.
Right.
So we added olive oil, which has a higher smoke point
For pan searing.
for pan searing. And as soon as I feel like this butter is hot enough,
And how
we're
do you
gonna
know
lay
it's
these
hot?
in. I'm gonna have you lay these in for me.
Okay, yeah.
And remember how we talked about, I want you to grab it like this,
Right.
and I want you to lay it to where it's going
So it
this
doesn't-
way so it doesn't splatter.
That makes sense. I always
So
get flattered, so that
let's
makes
let this get a little bit hotter. See how the butter's, look, it's trying to brown?
Yes.
It's time.
Okay.
So here you go. I want you to lay those in.
Here we go.
I want you to get 3 in there.
Great. Well, why wouldn't you put
Go.
more chicken?
I think you don't want to overcrowd because you'll bring
I would
the
fill it up because
Yeah,
I
you'll-
would want to
you'll-
cook all of them.
You'll bring the temperature down.
Okay.
Put that one in, and I think you can lay it. Oh, that's beautiful. See how the splash went this
It
way?
went that way. That makes
Move
sense.
these over a
Okay,
little bit.
okay. So I can just use this to move
Oh,
it.
that's so good. Go that way.
And then-
That is absolutely perfect.
Okay.
And let those kind of hang out. Look, we're about medium heat.
Yeah, I feel
Hear
like
that?
this is
I
going
think this
well.
might be it. I like that. Look at that. Look at that.
That looks like a little piece of fish.
Perfect. Look at that. That is absolutely perfect.
And
Great
these
job.
tongs are amazing.
They're lifesavers.
They have a great grip.
You guys don't have to put a link to those down.
I know, I
Yeah.
love them.
I promise you, as thin as they've been cut and pounded, 3 minutes on each side, totally done. You don't have to worry about temperature or anything. It will be done.
Okay. Put that in.
And this guy's ready, I can tell you. Look at this. Look at the color. And again, 3 minutes on each side. They are going to go back into the sauce, so.
But I can see why that's going to make a good sauce, because you can see those drippings
Oh,
already
yes.
and that butter.
Here we go. Look.
That's gonna be good.
I'm going to pull these out. I've estimated right at about 5 minutes. And we're going to lay these out, and we're going to go with the next batch.
Okay.
So here we go. Chicken staying warm in the oven, and we're going to work on the sauce. This is what it's all about, this whole chicken piccata thing. Chicken piccata is parsley, butter, capers, lemon. So here is the pan that we actually cook the chicken in. All these beautiful little pieces of fawns down here. We call those fawns. And this is flavor. There's a little bit of the butter. There's all the flour, the chicken. That's all that's in here right now. The butter, salt and pepper, everything's in here. So now we got to build a sauce. First thing we want to do is deglaze. We want to deglaze this pan. It's pretty hot. Deglazing is when you're picking up all the
Oh, you're going to get all those.
all the bits. We're going to pick that up. So we're going to deglaze with about a half a cup of the same. And another thing, I would always, if you're going to cook with wine, make sure that it's a wine that you would drink.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, some of that
you
stuff
won't drink
that's,
it, don't cook
right.
it.
Some of that stuff that's on the shelves, sherry cooking wine or cooking wine that's on some of the cooking shelves,
Yeah.
it's trash. So
Okay.
you want to use a wine. It doesn't have to be an expensive wine, but it would be a wine that you would drink. So what we're going to do, here we go. We've already got a little bit of butter in here. These are the fawns. We're going to deglaze. We're going to get a little bit of noise here.
Back.
All right. I was expecting that. I told you you're going to get a little bit of noise. What's going on there is we're deglazing this pan. See, we're picking up all those bits of flavor. That was about a half a cup of good white wine. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
So we've got that going for us. We notice it's already come to a boil. Well, some recipes for chicken piccata call for only wine, and some call for only stock. I like to do both. So we've got a half a cup of chicken stock. So we've got the wine in here. It's deglazing. Don't worry about the alcohol. The alcohol is cooking out.
Okay. So kids can
So
eat
now,
it.
exactly. So kids can eat this after just a couple of minutes. You notice how thin it is?
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of viscosity there. So you're saying, how's that going to be a sauce? Well, we're going to mount it with some butter at the end, and it's going to thicken up.
Okay.
So here, let's add some good quality chicken
How
stock.
much are you using?
A half a cup.
Half a cup.
What I've done is I've actually doubled the recipe from, because on my website I have the exact ingredients for if you're cooking for 4.
Okay.
I know that we have more than 4 pieces of chicken here, so
Right.
I've doubled the recipe, and I highly recommend doubling the recipe for the sauce because the sauce is the star.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you want to make sure, especially if you're serving this with pasta or potatoes or something that might be able to soak up some of that sauce. I'd rather have more sauce than not enough.
Right.
So what I've done
Okay.
is the next step here is after adding the chicken. Look, after adding the chicken stock, I'm going to bring it to a boil. Look what I've done. Look
Oh,
how
you
quickly
that
I
went
turned
quick.
it up. I'm bringing it to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to be adding a few more ingredients. I actually want to. I can wait a little while. I'd like to reduce this a bit.
Okay.
You actually want to. The longer you cook this, and the longer that it boils, it lessens in capacity here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want to actually cook it down. Some people say cook this down to half. I don't think we're going to get there.
Okay.
But I'm just concentrating those flavors. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add lemon juice.
Okay. Like fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Fresh squeezed lemon juice. And what the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons, I'm using 4 tablespoons.
Because we're doubling
here.
the recipe.
Yeah, and I've got a little bit more than 4 in here, so I'm going to back off this and put, because here's the thing, if I feel like it needs more lemon, I've
You
got
can
it.
add it, but you can't take it away.
Right. And here we go. I'm putting the capers in.
So you could omit capers if you don't like them.
Yes, if you don't
they're
like
too salty-
capers, but I really like the briny. In
Okay.
fact, you notice I don't have any garlic and shallots in here.
Right.
Some recipes call for garlic and shallot.
But that's gonna give it a
Actually, this is the star. It's the lemon. It's the parsley. It's the briny capers. And I did rinse those.
to get all those.
Yeah. I didn't want them to be too salty. But
That's
look.
what drives me away from capers.
Right,
Is the
right.
saltiness.
We're going to mount it with a little bit of butter.
Okay.
A little bit more butter. This is actually going to thicken things up here. This is not a super, super thick sauce.
Now, what if you wanted to add a little cream to it for a
Yeah,
little...
oh, it's crazy that you said that because that's my secret weapon.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry.
What I like to do to add a little bit of thickness and creaminess. Look at this out of nowhere, boom.
We got cream. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I
That's
just thought it looked
amazing
like
that you
it
said
would be
that.
like cream or something.
Actually, on my recipe, it's totally optional, but if you want to thicken this up just a little bit, you can add a little bit of cream to it, and it's phenomenal. Look at this. And guess what I haven't done yet?
You tasted it.
Right, so we got to taste. I know you're saying, that's crazy hot. How can you do that?
I'm not tasting that, but
Right.
you can.
Wow. See, I'm getting a lot of lemon, so I know I don't need any more lemon.
Right.
But guess what I do need?
Now, what if you feel like it's too lemony and you need something to
Add some more stock.
add some more salt?
I'm going to put just that.
Is that like
And
a
this is,
tablespoon?
this is, no, that's probably more like maybe 2 or 3,
Okay.
2 tablespoons. And look, I'm gonna take it off the heat and see what it does. It lightens it. Some people, you know, but that's what I really, really like doing is adding that cream. It'll thicken it just a little bit more. Notice I took it off the heat because I didn't want it to curdle.
Right.
I didn't want it to seize up, and I'm stirring it off heat, and literally that's our sauce right there. All right, let's try this.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm sticking in.
Go ahead. Kind of messing up this beautiful little
I
spread
get
here,
this
but
sauce. If y'all can smell this sauce. Okay.
caper on there.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that great?
I can't believe I've never ordered this off the menu before.
Well, now you know a little bit more about chicken piccata and why it's so popular. And when prepared properly, it's super.
And it's so like approach. It's so easy. Like this isn't intimidating. I can, and I'm not even a cook. I can do y'all. Seriously, you can do this, and it's worth it. And if you have any questions, he's an expert. Don't reach out to me because I wanted to tell you. Reach out to him because he can tell you. But I mean, you can do this at home. It's super easy.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Make sure and get back with us, morethanrecipe.com. We'd love to, any questions that you have, we'd love to hear from you. Like I said, very approachable, easy dinner, and look forward to doing a whole lot more of these for you in the future. Thank you so much.
Cheers, y'all. Thank you.
Cheers.